students more or parents more? All the options which are relevant for you. Now, if the parent and student are sitting together, then parent has to click on the parent option also, student has to click on the student option also. So here we go. The question is your age group. There are five options: school student, college student, competitive exam student, working professional, parent. Now, click on the right option. Now, parents, again a request. If you are sitting with the child, click on the parents option as well. Suppose you are giving a competitive exam and you are also a college student, click on both. You are a working professional as well as parent, click on both. Okay. Still about 100 people have not answered. There are 1200 plus people in the class. Please do it. Last 10 seconds, quickly. And then we are going for the technique. All right. Thank you so much for answering. And here are the results. 36% school students, 20% college students, 44% competitive exam students, and 17% each working professionals and parents. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And now, friends, with this, let's go to the technique. Let's go to the technique. Now, name of this technique is IWM. And since today is the basic day, I'm teaching you the basic technique. I'm not teaching you very advanced things, which I'll teach tomorrow and day after. Okay. So this technique, which I'm going to teach you, is for paragraph form answers, pointer form answers, notes, theory subjects, concept clearance, and those who are not students, documents and agreements. Now, first of all, tell me, uh, out of these seven things, which is your biggest challenge? Okay. Some people are writing, sir, all. All right. I hear you. मैं आपको सुन रहा हूँ. Okay. Now, friends, uh, only in these seven things, today's technique will be applicable. Got it? Where this technique will not be available, where this technique will not be applicable, let me share that as well. And you can, so be clear beforehand where it works, where it doesn't work. So today's technique, specifically today's technique, will not work on these things. So if you are looking out for this maths, accounts, formulae, chemical equations, dates, numbers, codes, sections, physics and chemistry practical part, remembering names, then today's technique will not be applicable. Okay. So be very clear where this method to be applied and where this method not to be applied. Wherever there is descriptive explanation, only over there today's technique will be applicable. Not to worry, for these things which right now you are seeing, there are techniques for them as well. Some of those techniques I'll teach here in this 3 days class, and some other techniques which are little advanced, I'll be covering in the advanced level workshop. Okay, so now let's go for this method. Name of this method is IWM. It's known as Imagine with Me. And in Imagine with Me, what we do while we are reading, while the teacher is explaining, in your mind, you have to develop three different situations. You have to imagine any one of those three situations. Don't worry, I'll give you a lot of examples before we go for practical. So now next 20-25 minutes, I want your 100% attention into this so that you learn this method. All right? So are you ready to give your 100% attention? Everyone, we're coming to the most important part of today's session. All right. So what are these three situations? Situation number one, I am doing it. It's being done by me. You have to imagine before you start reading. Situation number two, it is happening on me. I'm not doing it. Okay, it's happening on me. I'm the receiver, I'm not the doer. And situation number three is it is happening in front of me. Neither I'm doing it nor it is happening on me. It is happening in front of me. These are the three situations which you have to imagine. Now, before you start thinking, sir, exactly what you are trying to say, आप कहना क्या चाहते हैं? So let me give you some practical examples. So there are two steps. Let's first talk about first step. I'll give you examples of various subjects. Let's start with history. How many of you don't like history? How many of you don't like history? Oh, so many people. History was my favorite subject, when I was a student. All right. Now, let's take the example of Dandi March. Do you all know what is Dandi March? Yeah. It's a famous incident of our Indian freedom struggle. Mahatma Gandhi started the march from Sabarmati Ashram. They went up to the beach of Dandi and they broke the salt law, right? Now, here you have to imagine situation number one, that is, I am doing it. So you have to imagine that it's not Mahatma Gandhi, but it is you. Okay, situation number one, I am doing it. It's you who started the Dandi March right from Sabarmati Ashram. You went up to the beach of Dandi while you were walking. Okay, people started joining you. Some motivational songs, some background in the background, some great songs were being played, and you went there. You took the salt in your hand. You took a selfie and you uploaded that selfie on your social media, and it went viral. You to imagine that you are Mahatma Gandhi and you are doing it. How many of you would love to imagine that way while you are learning about Dandi March if you don't like history? Okay. One more example, World War One. World War One. Now, instead of World War One, that's such a, you know, violence and tragic thing. But let's make it a little funny. Situation number three, it is happening in front of me. How would I imagine World War One? I would imagine that I'm sitting in a cricket stadium as an audience, or as a commentator in the commentary box. And the World War One is actually the World Cup game, which is being played in front of me in that cricket stadium. Okay, and I'm enjoying that, having popcorn or something in my hands, right? So that's how you can imagine World War One. Now, let me give you one more example, and that is geography. Let's say the topic is climatic conditions of Uttarakhand. So here you can imagine situation number two, that is, it is happening on me. Situation number two. So I would imagine that I'm staying in Uttarakhand, and whatever the climatic condition of Uttarakhand is being explained, I'm experiencing that right now on me. Okay. So climatic conditions of Uttarakhand. Now, one more thing, let's say it's about Africa. You can imagine, you can mentally travel in some jungle of Africa. Okay. So like we have those documentaries on Discovery and Animal Planet. You can literally imagine you are somewhere in the jungle of Africa and you are seeing everything in front of you. Situation number three, it is happening in front of you. Let's say it's about layers of Earth, different layers of Earth. Okay. You can literally imagine that Earth is like a football and you are cutting it from the middle and you are seeing everything. Or maybe you are traveling on the center of the Earth. You're literally, with the help of some machine, you are literally going inside. How many of you like science fiction movies? How many of you like science fiction movie? Now you can create those visuals on your own. When you are reading about geography, you are reading about planets, you are reading about galaxy, you are reading about the universe, isn't it? Now, science, photosynthesis. I'm sure that you all know what is photosynthesis. Yeah, it's a process through which plants produce their own food. All right. Now, here you imagine situation number one. I'm doing it means what? You have to imagine that you are that plant. You are no more a human being. You are plant. How many of you would love to imagine that way? Just close your eyes. Imagine you are that plant. You are under the soil, and you are growing. You are popping out of the soil. You are growing up. You are growing big, and you are cooking your own food. Imagine that way. You are cooking your favorite food items. What do you like? You like pizza, you like pasta, you like noodles, you like Indian food. You are cooking it. Okay. And imagine that way. One more example is processes. How many of you struggle with processes? There are so many processes, right? In biology, in even in chemistry, in economics, all right? Uh, steps are there, processes are there. Then you can use this method IWM. So, for example, digestion process. So now what you can do is how you can imagine is that you are that tiny bite of food which is entering into a giant human being's mouth. Have you seen Statue of Unity? Either in reality or in TV, you've seen Statue of Unity, right? Imagine such a giant person and you are that tiny bite of food and you are entering inside that person's mouth. Then you are taking the journey. And that's the process of digestion. And that's how you can remember the digestion process. It becomes very easy for you. Okay. Let's say about how the blood is transported in heart. Have you got this? Have you got this question ever? How the blood gets transported in heart? Right now, one student came to me what to do about that. So I gave him a fantastic idea. I said, imagine heart as a city. Okay, imagine a city in the shape of heart. Such a lovely city that would be, right? And the blood which is getting transported is like the metro train which is traveling inside that city from one place to the other place. That's how the blood is traveling inside that metro train in that heart city. It will be such a beautiful visual and you will never forget it. All right. Economics. Any commerce students out here? Any commerce students? Economics. You are, I mean, how many of you struggling with economics? How many of you are struggling with economics? Let's take the example of law of demand. Okay. Now, I tell you, there are so many laws in economics. And if you are struggling with that, one of the major reasons is you are not having any human connection. See, economics is all about data, yeah, data, numbers, and all those other things. But there is a hidden human thing, right? It's associated with our human beings. So you have to connect that human element. Law of demand. You can simply imagine that you are owning a shop. Don't just plainly read law of demand. Imagine that you are a shopkeeper. You are having a supermarket. You are having a kirana shop. All right. And then the customers are coming. And that demand and supply, you can literally imagine that situation. Let's say business studies, you have partnership firm. What are the advantages of partnership firms? Disadvantages of partnership firms. You can literally imagine that you and your friends started a company or a startup. Okay. And then you read about partnership firm. I remember one of my students, he had this question, the sole trading companies, where there's only one person who's handling the business. He imagined himself as a pan wala. Can you imagine? He imagined himself as a pan wala and then he read about it and he created a beautiful story out of it. And that helped him. Okay. Sanvi, I'll talk about that later. Okay. I'll definitely answer this question. Now, anyone who's UPSC aspiring, polity, okay, polity or civics, school students, civics, right? Now, here what you can do is you can, let's say the question is roles and responsibilities of a serpent. You can simply imagine yourself as the serpent and you are following those things. Don't read about a third person. Read as if it is happening with you. Simple. It's about Lok Sabha. Imagine that you are inside that Lok Sabha. It's about the elections. Imagine that you are one of the candidates of the election or you are a part of election commission. All right. Get into that character and then you read. It will be better to relate. It will be better to visualize. It will help you to remember. So these are two situations. Okay. Ashish, I'll tell you about that. Now, there are two steps. Step one, I already said, read with IWM. But equally important step is once you complete it, close your eyes and re-visualize everything. Book is closed, your eyes are closed, but you have to visualize everything. Tell me, when your eyes are closed and you are able to re-visualize everything, what does it mean? What does it mean if you are able to re-visualize everything? Okay, it means three things. It means three things. One, you are able to understand the concept, which was your biggest challenge. Second, you are also able to remember that particular information. And third, you are able to recall also. Understanding, remembering, recalling. These are the three levels of learning. Learning is equal to understanding plus remembering plus recalling. And it is naturally happening when you are doing IWM. You don't need to focus on that. It's happening naturally. Okay. Yeah, sure. Amisha, don't worry. I'll help you. Now, these are the two steps. So I want to see right now, can we all take a difficult answer of our studies? Can we do that? Can we take a difficult answer of our study? And if you don't have question answers, can we take a difficult concept? And if you're not a student, take something which is related to your field, or just simply take some paragraph. Okay. And I'll give you 2 minutes. Take only a small portion of that, 8 to 10 lines, not more than that, not less than that, 8 to 10 lines. And apply this method right now. All the two steps are here on your screen. All the three situations are there on your screen. You have to simply apply that right now and see how it is helping you. And then between 8:15 to 8:30, I'm going to be here for 15 minutes and I'll solve your queries if you have any doubts, any queries. Okay. Yeah. So Rohit, take one question. Take only from those seven things, right? Pointer form, paragraph form, a concept, a theory part, a document, or an agreement. Don't take formula. Don't take practical things. Right? Right? R, if you are ready, I'm going to start with a timer of 2 minutes, and then we will start. All right. And parents, write P if you are ready with some content of yours. Yes, it will work in Hindi also. Someone asked me about Hindi, it will work. All right. So your 2 minutes start now. Let's go for it. One minute is over, last 1 minute. If you are done, just write down. It's Shruti simple. You have to take a 8 to 10 lines paragraph or an answer or a concept and use these two steps by using the three situations and see, are you able to understand and remember it better? Last 40 seconds. Last 20 seconds. Last 5 seconds. Okay, time is up. Please stop, 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 stop. Everyone, please stop. Adil, don't worry, I'll help you. Okay. Yeah. So tell me, how was it for all of you? All right. Super. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So there are two kinds of people. Majority of people are saying that it is working for them. Some people are saying it is not working for them. But let me tell you, I'm going to help both the categories of people. First of all, let me address those people who feel that it is working for them. Now, if it is working for you, now it's your responsibility to work for that. Remember the golden secret. Whatever works for you, now you have to work for that. You got the winning formula. But if you don't be consistent, if you don't work on that, if you don't put your efforts into that, then that formula will be a wasted. Learning plus implementation. Remember, I told you in the beginning. So, those who feel that it is working for them, can we do it? Can we do five answers every day for next 7 days? Right? Yes, if you can do it. Sir, definitely if it is working for me, saving my time, It's making that understanding part so very easy. There is no stress. I can definitely do it. Right? Yes, as your commitment. Okay, that yes, you will do it. Are you sitting with your parents? How many of you are sitting with your parents? And if you feel that it is working for you, give them a promise right now that yes, I'll be doing 5 answers or 5 concepts every single day. Okay, for at least next 7 days. Just tell that to your parents and write D. D means done. If you have told that. Okay. So parents, sister, whatever, Bhavna, that's fine. Right? D if you told that. Super, super. Now that is first thing. Second thing, for those people who feel it is not working for them. Now, two things before I give you the solutions. Two things that I want to highlight. Number one, first thing which I told you is that this method is applicable only for, let me show you, only for these 7 things, right? So, wait. This is only for paragraph form, pointer form, notes, theory subjects, concept clearance, documents, agreements. So, were you doing only on those 7 things? If yes, then it will work for you. If not, it will not work for you, right? I'd already told you. Second thing, second thing to all of you is, sorry, just a minute, everyone. All right. I'm audible. I'm audible. I'm audible. Awesome. All right. So, second thing which I want to tell you is, uh, you are already doing an answer which is difficult for you, right? I told you in advance that take a difficult answer, right? Tell me, as compared to your original method of doing it, is it better than that in comparison? Is it better than that? Is it 10%, 20%, 30% better? I'm only asking those people who feel that it did not work for you. Is it better than your previous method? If yes, that's an encouraging sign. That means you just need little more practice, Harish. You just need, Sidhu, you just need little more practice. Okay, so solution is same. You have to do 5 answers every day for 7 days. Third thing which I want to tell you is today between 8:15 to 8:30 for next 15 minutes, I'm still here. I'll take your your answers. Okay, I allow you to unmute. You have to tell me, sir, this is the concept or this is the question where I wanted to apply this method. I could not apply. I'll practically tell you how to use it, the method. Because in this IWM method, there are certain variations. Okay. So if you can't use it simply in the simplified way, there are few variations, few tricks, few shortcuts which I'll teach you between 8:50 to 8:30, which can help you to learn that. Right. So between 8:15 to 8:30, I'm going to do that. Now, coming to coming to the next part, and the next part is uh, so yeah, I'm going to give you some assignments. All right, and then I'll solve all your questions and queries which you have for the day. Yeah, Rohit, wait. I'm going to help you. Now, remember I had told you in the beginning that I'm going to give you 3 different challenges. Yeah. So first challenge I'm opening right now. Remaining 2 challenges, we'll discuss about them tomorrow. So the first challenge of the day, observation, concentration. How many are having concentration issues? How many of you are having focus issues? How many of you feel that your attention span is reducing day by day? Okay. How many of you are not able to observe keenly? You get into a lot of thoughts. So, my challenge, which I want to give you is today, it's not a compulsory thing. Okay. If you are ready, then only you do it. The challenge is very simple. Today, after we complete the class, till the time you go to sleep, okay, you have to stay away from all the kind of gadgets. No gadget challenge. Okay. You have to stay away from all the kind of gadgets. Ready for the challenge? Write CA, challenge accepted, if you are ready for it. Right? CA, challenge accepted if you are ready for it. CA means challenge accepted. Stay away from all kind of gadgets. Only for tonight. So you can touch your gadgets only tomorrow morning and not before that. Okay. Now, why this challenge? There is a reason, and I'll disclose that reason later and not today. Okay. But you have to just simply do it. That's the first thing. Second thing, see this challenge will help you to overcome a lot of concentration related issues, and I'll be discussing about that later. Now, so that is first thing, no gadget challenge. Apart from that, there are two assignments which I want you to take. Suppose you have your meeting or something, then don't take the challenge. It's okay. But after you complete your meeting, after you complete your class, then you can take the challenge, right? Okay. Now, second thing which I want to tell you is even parents, you can take this challenge, right? Two assignments I'm giving you, which you have to complete before 3 p.m. Not even TV, Shashti, not even TV. Okay. There are two assignments which I want to give you. Number one, remember we did IWM, imagine with, sorry, we did human camera activity in the beginning. Now, you have to do that human camera activity in a new room, not the same room, in a new room. Okay. First minute to observe that room, second minute to write down all the objects. Now, when you make that list, you need to submit that list on the WhatsApp group tomorrow between 8:30 to 9. Okay. Tomorrow between 8:30, tomorrow between 2:30 to 3 in the afternoon. You have to submit that list. Why you need to submit that list? Because tomorrow, a new technique which you will learn, for that, we require that list. Okay. So you have to submit that list between 2:30 to 3. The WhatsApp group will be open for all of you so that you can submit that only between 2:30 to 3. Now, suppose during that time you have your class, you have something or the other, then what you can do is you can ensure that your parents are a part of that WhatsApp group, and on behalf of you, they are sharing that list. Okay. So I hope that is clear. And one more activity which you need to do is you have to do 5 answers using the imagine with me method. Okay. You have to do 5 answers using the imagine with me method. Now don't worry, all these things will be shared on the WhatsApp group in some time for your reference. Write C if you are clear. Write C if you are clear. Write double C if you are crystal clear with all the instructions which I have given you. All right. So with this, we officially end today's class. I request all of you to, and I'm here for 15 more minutes to give you some shortcuts and variations of IWM method. Before that, I just want to request you, you can follow me on Instagram. How many of you are following me on Instagram? I'm sure many of you are already following me. If not, I request you to follow me on Instagram because I share a great ideas and strategies and content over there regularly. My Instagram ID is Bhuvan Coach. Bhuvan Coach. Okay, you can simply search if you want. Our team will just share an Instagram link on the WhatsApp group. Okay, you will not regret that decision. Do share, do follow me on Instagram. Now, with this, officially we complete the class. Let's make our study our buddy. Tomorrow you're going to learn concentration activities, how to remember 100 things in just 10 to 15 minutes, and lot other things. Now, with this, now I'm going for questions answers round. So I'm here for 15 minutes. I'll be taking only one type of question, that is the queries related to IWM method. Don't ask me any other questions because tomorrow will be generalized questions. Okay. Tomorrow I'll take generalized questions from you. You can ask me variety of questions related to studies and memory skills. But today, just ask me the questions related to IWM and nothing else. So whomever I allow to unmute, that person has to be very specific and you have to tell me that, sir, this is the topic where I wanted to use IWM, but I could not. Then I'll give you some variations. All right. So write IWM in the chat. If you want me to answer your question, just write IWM in the chat. Okay. Harish Narayanam. Harish, I'm unmuting you. Wait a minute. Okay, Harish, please go ahead and tell me what is your question. Please unmute yourself.
Hi,
Yeah.
sir. Am I audible to you?
Yes, you are. Yes.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
So actually, I'm a professional course student who is pursuing for CA.
Okay.
So I face difficulty with some understanding the concepts,
Yeah.
and
So,
especially in economics.
okay. So right now, which concept you were trying and you were not able to do it?
Actually, I was trying to get clear about the public debt as an instrument of fiscal policy.
All right. So there are, you should start having the habit. Let's go for next set of IWM questions. Shripada, somehow I'm not able to locate you. My team, if you can unmute Shripada, I'm not getting. Okay. Now, I'll just address the medical students out here, then I'll go to a couple of more questions. Oh wow, Preetham, that's an interesting question. But I'll not be answering that question right now. How many medical students are confused in remembering the uh, different kinds of disease? Okay, don't decide beforehand that what if this and what if that. See क्या होता है हमारा कि चलो कर तो लिया पर ऐसा हो गया तो वैसा हो गया तो so we assume in advance. Don't do that. I have students who are UPSC aspirants and you know what how many UPSC aspirants are here? What kind of content they have to remember. I mean, it's mind blowing. And they have made at least 800 to 1000 different stories without getting confused. Number one. So, point is, it is possible. Second thing, still, if you have doubt that, sir, it is, itni sari stories nahi banegi, that's fine. Mat banaiye. Whatever is the 10% most difficult or most important, सिर्फ उसी की story बनाइए. Just make the story of those things. Don't make the story of remaining 90%. Third thing, understanding and memorizing is a different thing, and revision is a different thing. Don't merge them. I'll be talking about that in the third day. Our biggest confusion is we consider understanding, learning, and revision as one thing. So while revising, also we are understanding. I don't get that logic. These are two different things. So for understanding and memorizing, you are using this method. For revision, you will be using another method, which is called as speed reading, which I'll teach you on third day. So when you are revising, you will be using speed reading. So don't get confused between both of them. Because I'll give you a smart revision plan properly on third day. So use that. So and last thing is, see, you will learn 7 different things from me throughout the 3 days. After end of third day, you decide, sir, I am picking up these two things only. These things I don't think is going to be working for me. So don't use those things. You think everything is working for me? Use everything, right? So if this doesn't work, there will be some other solutions which I'll give you. Something or the other will definitely work for you. All right. So have patience, practice, complete all the assignments which I've given you, and challenge. Do that challenge also. I hope that you enjoyed the session. I hope that you are looking forward for the remaining two sessions. I'm going to give you a lot of ideas, and let me tell you one thing that whatever you learn between 7 to 8:15 is something which is a fixed syllabus, which I have to complete because we have promised that on our ads, on our website, everywhere. But after 8:15, whatever time I spend here, there I give you lot of variations and options, which is not the part of original syllabus. That comes as per your questions. Okay. So keywords, spoke about keywords, I spoke about flowcharts. That's not the part of this workshop, but I'm still giving you those ideas. Okay. So like medical students, that's not the part of this, but I'm giving you those ideas. So the real, beauty of this is the question answer round. So do not miss out on that. Although if you have to spend some more time, right? I'm very happy that still there are 600 people here in the class. 50% people are still here. So that's it from my side. I will not